Well, that was a question. Mumbai, have you no faith at this point? Joining me on the show live right now on Mirror Now and live on Facebook at the very same time. So if you find our Facebook page, which is Mirror Now, just run a quick search, is Malishka. Malishka,
how we multitask.
Welcome to Mirror Now.
This
is your first appearance here. I'm so happy to have you. So,
I'm happy to be here. Very.
You've just flown back.
Yes.
What's more difficult to adjust to, the jet lag or everything that's going on in the city?
I'm not responsible for what I say on face, so I'm like, no, I'm kidding. I'm so on right now. I'll go back and sleep after this. But this has to be done. Let's do it, girl.
All right, so first of all, let's start light. The fact that you've been doing a lot of work on radio. Those of us who were here when the city flooded in 2005, remember what happened, and it's etched in our memories and we'll never forget. And that's where you started off.
That's where I started off.
That's where you started
4
off.
days after that swinging rain,
yeah.
I was actually on the 26th of July. I remember we were prepping to get on the show. So I didn't get back home. We stayed at a hotel close to the radio station, which was then in Nariman Point. And even on the first, they were worried that because of these crazy rains and the state of travel, that I wouldn't be able to get to work. So they put me up in a hotel again. So I made it from the hotel to Red FM studios. So yeah, in that sense, I sit in the studios a lot.
So let's get. We have to ask you about the controversy, the whole the whole song that was put out, which was so cool.
You liked
I thought
it?
It was so
Give
cool.
me 5.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's stuck in my brain. And the best part about it is it has now turned into its own parody. I saw some 3-4 other videos with the same tune. Where did the tune come from? How did you guys come up with it?
The tune is already very well known, so I want to tell all those people who said, "Oh my God, it's copied." Oh yes, it is.
It was meant to be copied.
It was meant to be. Sonu Tula Majhavar Bharosa Naika was the famous tune. Kids were doing it, adults were doing it, transgenders were doing it. It was a rage. And then people started making parodies in different languages. For us, it didn't make sense to make another parody in another language because, like I've always said, my show, my radio station, we're about content, entertainment, but with a purpose. If it doesn't solve a purpose, so we had to do something new because everyone had already done it. That's one thing. Secondly, being topical and being relevant. And what is more relevant right now in the rains than as per every year, we talk about the potholes. This is not the first time. This is just the first time it went viral.
It went viral. And I'm so glad it went viral because it's important.
Yes.
It's important, and also the whole country started talking about it.
Yes.
We're running a campaign since then for civic authorities elected and in office to take responsibility for what we do, because while what you said was fun and it was entertaining, people have lost lives.
Yes.
And that is very serious, and that is no laughing matter, and someone needs to take responsibility for that.
Exactly. And we've tried to say it in every possible way, Faye. It's like what you do here. We do it because it's radio, it's an entertaining medium. It's not news.
Yes.
We do it in our own way, but eventually we're saying the same thing. That you are the powers that be, you are the ones responsible for these particular things, largely responsible. Chalo, not fully, not every road, but you are. You know it. Every year the people come after you, the news comes after you. Every year people are asking you to do something, because who else? Or kis par bharosa kare? That's it.
So we're also live on Facebook right now, and there are people tuning in. There are lots of support. I mean, that's a given, right? You've seen so much support from across the country.
I'm so thankful. I wouldn't survive this without the support. It was a little scary, I will admit.
It was scary?
It was a little scary.
They came home?
I wasn't in the country. If I was in the country, it would have been different, Faye. You would have been there, I would have been there, the cops would have been there, the other news media, the city. I wasn't in the country, so for me to hear rumors, and there were a lot of rumors, more than reality, there was a lot of rumors, and to listen to those rumors was a little bit iffy, considering it was night there when it was day here. Yeah. I was thrown out of whack a little bit by getting the rumors, but each time I saw support, I was like, I'm cool. My city is with me, my country is with me, my people from all across the world are with me, my radio stations with me, my media channels are with me, the people are with me. I wasn't worried, and it's not like it was a crime. It's a song that was said in a lighter vein. People like you have said it much louder, in no uncertain terms. It's the same thing. I said it in song. You should be happy.
And I'm very happy. You have no idea how happy I am. But this is the fear, right? This sort of thing coming home. Mm-hmm. Your mum's at home, your family's at home, they're coming into your house. Yes. While I accept we should all be checking for mosquitoes, but to have someone walk into your house, which in what is very obviously a motivated, vengeance sort of driven, threatening way, what did that feel like?
It wasn't good.
Wasn't pleasant, yeah.
It wasn't pleasant at all. You know, the best part is I didn't know. How did I find out about it, Faye? My mum didn't tell me because my mum was obviously, she was like, hey, let her chill. Because it was not like, it was not like a mob of people entered and all. Let me clear this. I saw a tweet in America. There was a tweet that had the receipt, the BMC ka receipt, with my mother's name on it and my address. And that just got my goat. I was like, what? And this girl, whoever had put it up, and said something to the effect, it's not quote unquote, but she said, oh, they could not find any other way, so this is what they do to have something like that. And I was like, what? So I called my mum, and my mum's very chill. And I'm like, she was like, oh yeah, they had come. See, like my mom, which I'll give her full points for again. She is my mom after all, a law-abiding citizen. Though all this was going on, she could have said, no, there's nobody at home right now. Please come back later when there is somebody. Yeah. Let me see let me see whatever. Just that. She did not. She said, okay, you need to do your job, do it. Now in that much time, they checked a pot outside the house apparently, and many other flats, and I believe a couple of others also got the notice. So here's my scene. During the monsoons, apparently they go and do these checks, which means if they're going and do these checks, it must be anticipated that this happens. So it's not something where they say, hey, you've got mosquitoes in your house, we're going to kill you. It's not like that. It's a thing that is hota hai. That's why they're checking, right? They're supposed to warn you and tell you, hey, get this off. But after that, the things I heard, like there was a 10,000 rupee fine, and there was another check, and that
if there's a 10,000 rupee fine, we will all contribute towards it.
No, Red FM is 3.5. But
okay, so Alvin has written in on the Facebook page, and he said, Malishka, answer me this question as a good citizen. Did you lodge complaints related to solid waste management, drainage, etc., roads, water, the stuff that you were singing about? Did you use any of the traditional methods to complain about them at any point?
See, I'm sorry, Alvin?
Yes.
Okay, Alvin, I am a public figure. I am an entertainer. I am even a civic entertainer for that matter. I was not talking about a hole outside my house. Yeah. I was not talking about the drainage system outside my house. I am a sum total of all the complaints that you guys made over the years. Like I'm trying to tell you, I started out in 2005, and from then on till now, you will not believe. If you check my inbox, I bet you'll find more complaints there than that actually go to the authorities.
It's true.
Because people want a voice to voice their concerns. If they feel that they can't reach so-and-so, by themselves, they find someone, and I have been that person. I have been entertaining, and I have been taking up issues at the same time, because I don't believe in empty entertainment. I can't do it for too long, Faye. I just cannot. So for me, a purpose is very important. And to that effect, Red FM on air, on my show, we've taken up, so I'm constantly thinking, what next? What can we do next? What can we do?
I loved your char bottle, which you did.
Exactly.
Where, yes, it was beautiful.
What was char bottle, Faye? Char Botal was about giving water to the people on the roads who work for you. Who are the guys who work for us? The same guys who are probably today turning around saying, oh my God, what is this song she made? But it was that. We went out onto the streets and gave the workers water, people who were on the roads, because it was so hot. So this is not the first time we're doing anything about the potholes. This is not the last time, perhaps. This is not the first time we're taking up a social issue. This is not the last time. The only thing is it is done in an entertaining manner. If an entertaining manner bugs you so much, then what is the other way? Is the citizen going to get violent?
Absolutely. And it's so important right now for us to sort of stomp our foot down and say freedom of speech allows us the ability to go out and say what we need. We have to have the freedom and the ability to criticize. But I'm just going to give you some more, Satish says, please keep it up. You're wonderful. Somebody else says, rock it. Somebody else says, we love you. Herman says, we love you.
Thank you,
Nilesh Tucker says, Malishka is the best. Good work, ladies. Women empowerment wins. That's always so nice to hear from you.
I just want to fist bump you every few minutes.
Somebody, Rupesh says, Malishka and Faye, you've both rocked it. Guys, you can also leave in your questions if you have questions for, for Malishka or for me. Please bring out the total money spent on the same road again and again, various departments working in a non-sync way. This is the problem. We talk about this on the channel a lot, and we get these answers. वो PWD का रास्ता है, BMC का रास्ता है, ये तो state government का रास्ता है, ये highway है. There's constant passing of the buck that happens. Yeah. Politicians are blaming officials, officials are blaming politicians, everybody's blaming contractors. It's not good enough. None of these answers are not good enough. But the question I really want to ask you is, people normally either have dogs or cats at home. Why are you breeding mosquitoes?
मैं तो किलो के हिसाब से बेचती हूँ बहन. तुम्हें कितना चाहिए बस बोल दो कल order लेके ले लूँगी. We've been making jokes about this all the time. But jokes apart, that notice did go to quite a few people, I believe. But like I said, Mine is the only address that got onto social media. You know, so my admin was telling me when he came to pick me up at the airport, because, well, lots of people around me these days. Thank you, car police. He came and he told me कि इस वक्त देश में 3 घर बड़े popular हैं, एक शाहरुख का, एक सलमान खान और एक तेरा. I was like, are you serious? I made it. It's in a corner, so hopefully they won't find it. And oh, that's not so much. I'm kidding. But it's a lovely little building. Kabhi aana chai peene, Faye.
Definitely. I'll definitely come in. Let's take some more questions. Jeet says, bold and beautiful. Keep it up, both Faye and Malishka. Thank you, Jeet. So we're getting a lot of people. Somebody else says, make another give back video. Let's get together and solve the infrastructure problems. We're all fed up. We pay huge taxes. We're not getting anything back. Life is cheap. Politicians have turned into gundas. This is Kripa. And you know, here's the thing. People have turned around and asked me, you know, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Are you only talking about it? Now, here's what I believe. In a democracy, as citizens, we have 2 duties. We pay taxes, we vote. We've done both of those things. After which we have a constitutional right to criticize, which is what we need to do. You cannot have a situation where you're not allowed to criticize at all. And I want to understand from you now if this is going to in any way influence the work you're doing going forward. Are you going to continue to be vocal?
I'm here with you.
Right.
I'm here with you talking about, you know, people ask me, where are you? Some of them. The good thing is when I went abroad, I went for a film show and a film award. And after that, most people knew, those who were listening to me, that I'm there for longer, because who goes to New York and comes back in 2 days? So even though I was there, they knew that, you know, when she comes back, she'll have something for us. And I did. So as soon as I came back, we put out a video on Facebook and Red FM. And then after that, I'm doing media interviews with you primarily over here to talk about exactly this, because I have no fear that I did something wrong. There was no way, Faye, for us to even know that this video would go viral. Yeah. Then for it to go viral and have a controversy, you know, like people have asked me, what do you think about this? I feel sad at a level. I understand that you need a punching bag, a scapegoat, but don't shoot the messenger. I'm a messenger that's bringing you millions of voices with like a lifespan of 12 years on the air. It's not a fly-by-night person that came and said, oh, hey, let's make a song on the potholes and let's be right. It wasn't that. I know what the city goes through. I don't sit in my studio night and day. We have to travel on the road.
Yes.
Yeah? That's how I get to work. That's how I get to the other things that I do. And the same people who, you know, probably raised an objection, they have to do the same thing. So the idea of this was only to sort this out. And I hope that's exactly what they do eventually at the end of this. Sort this out.
Absolutely.
That's all. Because now the people are asking you, you know, after it went viral, the people are really asking you that why are you after her when, you know, all she's done is said what we told.
I think the support you got was tremendous, and it just bodes to say the fact that everybody in Mumbai feels the same way. Yeah. Everybody in Mumbai is sick of it. We're sick of having to complain about the same thing over and over and over again. It's just, I mean, this is such a glorious city. Why can't we treat it with more respect?
Look at the people in it. They're wonderful. Yeah. I guess they're a little fed up, a little jaded, a little given up. And so when something like this comes along, they're like, that said what we were, you know, that's all it was.
Charles is asking, what's next? What's on the next set for you?
What's next? I'm doing a film. That releases in December, but if you're asking me...
Please feel free to use this national platform.
Yes.
To shamelessly plug.
I am doing that. Yeah, it releases on the 1st of December. It's called Tumhari Sulu. I play a radio jockey in that. You must catch it. So different. But apart from that, what happens next is... apart from thanking the people tremendously, I'm going to carry that mandate forward. I believe that just because you're not, you know, there are people who are elected and then there are people who are not, like you, for example, or the news media, for example. I'm not saying I'm some activist, some crusader, but I am who I am. I am in a space where I can influence opinion and where I can take people's votes to the powers that be. That's exactly who I should be used as.
You know, I'll tell you what, since everybody's asking, what are we doing? Do we only talk about it? Do we only talk about it? I want to propose something to you. But let's actually, while I would like to.
New controversy.
New controversy. Well, I would like to start something on the internet where people around, you know, not just Mumbai, but other cities as well, just take photographs of the potholes that you see, geotag them, tell us where they are. We will pass them on to whoever's in charge. and we'll track to see if it's getting fixed. And this is a great way for those people whose egos, got so bruised by your rap.
You're saying it.
to actually prove that their intention is bigger than their egos, that they actually mean what they say. So if I send you, and I'll tell you right now, on the Sion Panvel road, there is a massive Shivaji statue under the Eastern Freeway. The entire road around it has crumbled completely. It's full of holes. And if the powers that get so offended are listening at this point, we're asking politely, fix that road. And I promise you, on this channel, we will carry information that you fixed it. We will actually tell you that, hey, this has been done. Thank you. You did a good job. So it's not all criticism.
It's never not on neither. I have to tell you, Faye, like I was telling you, over the past few years, we're doing this thing called Pothole Utsav.
Yes.
You know, the Utsav is a festival. We started celebrating
Start the festive season early every year.
In the hope that in a few years we'll have to stop this festival. In that, I've had the ex-BMC commissioner in my studio talking about the issue. I've taken corporators to the potholes. We partied around the potholes. They have thanked me for telling them about the potholes, and I have appreciated them when they filled it. So I again want to reiterate that we're friends. We're not foes. We should be working together, because you have in us allies that have an ear to the ground, who know the pulse of the people. Perhaps you can't get to them all the time, but here it is, a live show like yours, like mine, that people are telling you. And if people backed a song like that, it means they were just dying to tell you all of this.
Yes.
So take that in the right spirit and do what it takes. This could have been exactly the opposite of this, Faye. Yeah. Exactly the opposite of this could have happened. But
and while I found it extremely amusing at the time, there was the response rap that Kishori Bednegar of the Shiv Sena put out. I thought the songwriting skills on that were quite impressive. I only wish that the road making skills were just as impressive as the songwriting skills, but some of it was a little threatening.
Yes, and that's what, I mean...
It basically said, if you don't stop doing Badbad, you will have Gadbad. And for me, I was like,
It's like basically she's telling us all to not talk.
Yeah.
So what happened initially was my friends in America, because they're really sensitive to this, that they were like, did she just threaten you? That happened to me, and I didn't even realize it, because when I saw the rap, I was like,
Yeah, my friends in India also said that.
Yeah, but it was, what I loved is, after that, I didn't have to say a word. Do you realize, Faye, this is the first time I'm even out.
You're speaking.
I'm
yes,
speaking.
Since it happened, this is the first time you're speaking.
I didn't have to. The public recognized everything, whether you're saying, hey, did they go to your house with a particular motive, or was that rap threatening? I didn't have to say anything. People automatically started saying, hey, you can't put down the voice of someone who is our voice. And they got that message loud and clear. And I really think it was so unnecessary. It was very unnecessary. I mean, I wish the authorities would take this as a sign of, getting out there and working together with us.
So Vikas has a very good question. Is the government trying to target people who are trying to raise their voice against them? It's a slightly more serious question.
No.
But it's a question we have to answer.
I should hope not. I mean, my only hope is that it is not. I'm an extremely positive person. I have lived through a lot of hopelessness. I've seen it. But my aim is, on a daily basis, to get out there and bring hope to the people. That hope involves questioning and hopefully getting the right answers. And very often I've questioned them. My show over 12 years is one of the most popular shows in the country, because it does these things. I very often take the voice of the people to the people that matter, and I get answers. So as and when they want to, and as and when they can, or as and when they don't feel threatened very much, I suppose they will answer. I hope that, for your sake and mine, and for the public's sake, because the public is an aware public, that all these incidents, and maybe this happened for a reason, makes them realize that that's not the way to go anymore. You can't silence the voice of
and I think this is really important, right? So there's this image in my head of what India was like in the 80s, where there would be a pothole and a Bajaj scooter that would go around the pothole. And that was just the life that our parents lived. They sort of lumped it. They put up with it. They put up with everything that was happening around them. I don't believe this is a generation that's going to put up with it. Also, because of social media, because of voices like yours, and because of the fact that virality today allows people to reach a far larger audience, you can no longer bully, you can no longer silence. So even the administration needs to get used to the fact that we're a generation that is not going to cow down, and we're not afraid of you. because we can stick together. And, I believe that is the biggest message that came out of this entire incident.
I was speaking about, I was like, one of the things, of course, is that the awareness that, in the people, that we can do something, because movements have begun before our eyes in these past 7 or 8 days when things have happened. I've seen things change before my eyes. People have gone out, they've worn masks, there's been hoardings, there's been support, there's been hashtags, there's been, like you said, like holding them accountable at a higher level. But this is what comes out of conversation, and sometimes out of a sarcastic video. I'm happy for it.
It was an excellent sarcastic video. There's still lots of, messages coming. This one is really important. Faye D'souza, we also have involved.in that's popping up, largely people talking about how much they love you.
Thank you.
BMC has a lot of monies. One person says anonymously they should be using it to fix the city. But this is an important thing. Someone says, let's clear up our footpaths. And that's a huge problem. The fact that, we were examining the case of Kanchan Nath, who's also a TV anchor, so part of the fraternity, who lost her life to a falling coconut tree. Yeah. And one of the, I believe, a very arrogant response that came out of administration was, she should have been walking on the footpath. Where is the footpath? And in that video, you could see the footpath had been encroached upon. You could see that there was something on the footpath. And then to blame the deceased person, I think this is so sad.
The blame game has just got to stop.
It's just got to stop.
It's the simplest thing to do, to shift it. You said something, but what about? The whataboutery, the generation of whataboutery has, taken over everything. If for a change we just stopped and said, hey, maybe this person who brought up this issue, and millions of people are with her or with them, maybe they really mean it for the good of the city. Maybe we really should look into it. Things would have been very different. And potholes are just one issue, like you're mentioning, whether it's trees, whether it's traffic, whether it's buildings, whatever it is, there's a lot to be sorted. But let's start somewhere. Let's not say what about.
Yes. Krish Suman says, Malishka, when are you releasing your other 3 songs or other 6 songs? You said you have 6 more scripts ready and you're going to put them out.
Playing in my head right now. You have no idea. I have sung... No.
National premiere?
No, Faye, I'm reserving that for my radio station. They have rights. But but I sang some of it for my crew and they were like, whoa.
I hope they're more disruptive, even more disruptive than the previous ones.
No, there are some thank you songs. I have to thank the city. There are some welcome back songs. I can spin them at the drop of a hat. I can do one about you right now. Faye, Faye, that's the way, Faye, Faye, Faye. I can do this in all languages, by the way.
Fantastic. Now, Lendl says, we will run out of memory if we have to click photos and geotag everything and send it to you, Faye, because there are so many potholes.
We've tried
the worst one.
Yeah. We've tried this. They have sent us pictures. We have sent it to the authorities. And? They have they have responded. Sometimes it has been done. It's not like it's not like there are some really great officers in there who've actually said, Madam, Kayla in Appan. That's why I'm a little surprised. I'm more than a little surprised because we've actually had a relationship where I've told them very often, this is the road. Do you know, like some days back, there was a road that, on a bridge that was broken down. And I called the BMC because, of course, they're the largest body. They are the go-to.
Yes.
When I called the person concerned, he was very worried. I said, sir, this bridge was just recently built. Do you know the line? So he says, मैं करता. I said, कितने time में करता? So he says, I'll do it in 2 hours. He called me within the next 1 hour or so to say that the road belongs to PWD. And then which was what I'm trying to tell you is, then he passed on the message to the PWD. And the PWD got it sorted. Do you understand? So there's also that kind of thing that can happen. And that's all our relationship should be. Our relationship should be where, I'm your ear to the ground. Use me that way.
Yes.
Use the medium that way. And
absolutely. We also have Charles who says, I'm sick of traveling on the road in Mumbai. The car gets affected because of bad roads. That's so true. Somebody else, we've had stories when people have talked about the fact that they've hurt their backs. Yes. And now we're losing lives. So, now this is the other end of the spectrum because we're not talking about time and money anymore. Yes. We're actually talking about someone's mum, someone's sister, someone's daughter who has died.
Pregnant women refuse to travel in rickshaws, I believe.
Rightfully so. And let's not even get started on the state of affairs with our trains at this point where people are dying every day and it's getting more and more unsafe to travel by train. It should be the other way around. We should be finding ways to make it better. Kripa says, can we start a campaign? That would be fantastic. Malishka, please make a give back video. I'm not sure what she means by a give back video.
Like
Give it back to them.
Give it back to them. I'm going to ask you to kripa karke come and stand outside my house after that. Crocodile mil jaye.
Quickest half an hour in the history of television. We've run out of time.
What? But we were just having fun.
We were just having fun. You know, I have a message for everybody who is watching. Someone asked, how do we get accountability? We can get accountability. We're moving a couple of campaigns. One is, whenever there is an accident, like a tree falling or someone, hitting a pothole and dying, the police registers an accidental death. Yes. And then they register negligent driving, negligent behavior that causes death. They never consider the fact that the person who made the road or the person who's responsible for the tree might be in some way responsible for this death. So the campaign that we have started is that we're asking the Prime Minister and the Chief Ministers of various states to send out a directive to the police to also consider 304A for the people in civic authorities. At least that will instill a certain amount of fear. That it's not just about making money, it's also about being responsible for lives. And that, I believe, should make some sort of change. And we'll continue to talk. Like you said, you continue to rap, we'll continue to talk. We'll continue to invite authority into the studio in order to communicate to them what you're really feeling. My message again at the end of this is to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who's a young person who understands what it's like for a young family to make it through this city. Just have a better handle on your entire system. I believe you understand the words we're saying. I believe you understand what Malishka was trying to communicate. Communicate that to the people in the system who should understand that all that we want is just a better quality of life. Clean roads, clean water, clean air, places for our kids to play, and general safety for women. It's not a lot to ask given the kind of taxes we pay. Malishka, awesome. Thank you for coming in.
That's also what I was trying to say, man.
Thank you for coming in. So that was Malishka. That's a wrap on this. Stay with Mirror now. This is the Young Channel with the young voices. Thanks for watching.